This is the Arena Sports Show. My name is Clauiee Mphanza. Always alongside me is my favorite influencer, Mahlatse Mphahlele. And well, today we're switching it up a little bit. It's just the two of us, and there's so much to talk about in terms of the world of football mainly, because there is a lot that is at stake. So we'll get to dissect Bafana, and then also talk about, of course, our football clubs, that being Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Orlando Pirates. And we'll tell you why in just a bit, while we're profiling that, because there's a lot that is happening there. But before we get to that, influencer, how you doing?
Good.
Interesting jersey you're wearing. Are you trying to tell us something?
Nah. There's one thing I'll never do. I'll never in public wear a jersey of a local football club.
Why is that?
It won't be ethical. It won't be an ethical thing to do. Obviously, like any other journalist out there, I have a team that I support, and I can't wear that. Or even if it's a jersey of a team that I don't support, I wouldn't wear it. It's not the right thing to do. But I think we can get away with overseas teams. I mean, as people know, I'm an Arsenal fan.
Do you support Dortmund, or is it just because your brand sponsors Dortmund?
Yeah, I don't really support Dortmund. It's just because of the Puma thing. So they said I must wait, and so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan.
So you only.
And the sad thing is that I can't really, Arsenal are sponsored by another brand, which is a bit tricky. But yeah, but I do have the old Puma Arsenal jersey, so I wear it once from time to time. So yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Did you not lose your mind when you saw Sia Khaleesi with Thierry Henry? Like, I was like, oh my days.
Yeah, that was a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure the discussions over that dinner must have been very interesting. Proper legends in that picture. So that's good. Yeah, it's nice for these guys to meet from time to time and have a discussion. Yeah. And talking about Thierry Henry, I still maintain to this day the best player who has played in the Premiership.
Best player. Let us know who you think the best player is. But on that note, a lot's been happening in the world of sport. So let's quickly find out what's in your top stories.
CAF has reported a net profit of $9 million for the 2023-2024 financial year at its General Assembly on Monday, citing a strong increase in commercial revenues, addition of new sponsors, and implementation of strict financial controls. Former SAFA Technical Director Walter Steenbok believes Amachite have given South Africa a bright future despite SAFA's ineptitude by progressing to the last 16 of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup currently taking place in Chile. Springboks scrum half Kobus Reiner says there's lots of work to do before the end of year tour after they won the Rugby Championship last weekend.
Well, certainly a lot's been happening in the world of sport, which always makes it quite interesting when we have to choose our star of the week. Influencer, who has impressed you in the past few days?
Amachita. I think progressing to the last 16 of the World Cup is something interesting.
For sure.
And the interesting thing is, obviously, by the time they play their last 16 match, they were shooting before that match. But I think they've done very well. I hope they go as far as they can get. That team is a very, very good team. It's a very strong team. Very nice young players.
Yeah.
And I also liked what the Bafana coach Hugo Bruce said at the press conference this week.
Sure.
I think he's trying to manage expectations. He was very clear that those players won't be considered for AFCON. Because I can see some quarters people are saying, maybe one or two must go to AFCON. But the coach was very clear that though there's a lot of potential and talent in the side,
for sure,
but they won't be considered for AFCON. And I'm just saying also, imagine if Chandra Campbell was there. Imagine if Mbekazeli Mbogas was there. We will be even much stronger, but I'm happy with what the boys have done so far.
I am pleased. You know what, the other thing that makes me truly happy about this Amachita side, and really when you look into South African football as a whole currently, when you look into the ladies team influencer, it was always impressive to see how the different structures were always in communication, where you'd see a Desiree Ellis and a Coach Shorty, they were always in communication, watching different games, and they knew which talent was where, and they were tracking that. So now I listened to Coach Hugo, And you can hear that he is genuinely following Amajita. And he'll tell you about Ashandra Campbell that, no, man, but he played about 3 games. He came off the bench. So him going to the World Cup, that makes sense for me. Mbogazi is a senior team at Orlando Pirates. He's playing week in, week out. So taking him to Amajita, for me, doesn't make sense because I need him right now as Bafana. We've got 2 crucial games. And taking him to a World Cup, yes, it would have been great for him, but we are in a bit of a pickle. So the experience that he's getting from Orlando Pirates is going to help Bafana, the senior team.
Yeah, I think as things stands now, I can think of at least 3 players who will definitely play for Bafana going forward if they are fit. It's Ronwen, it's Mbogazi, and the Homgwena.
Yeah.
That's how Mbogazi has grown over the last, year or so for Orlando Pirates. And I mean, if you remember, he didn't go to the AFCON where these boys qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because Pirates were busy with Champions League. They were actually in, the knockout and leading into, the group stages and leading into the knockout stage of the Champions League. Pirates couldn't afford not to have him, which was a shame because you want him to play international football at that level. AFCON, junior tournament AFCON are very important, but he couldn't go. He's not going to the World Cup now. Also for me, it's a bit of a shame.
But he might go to the World Cup.
He might go to the real World Cup.
Exactly.
But if you check some of the best players that have been there, if you look their career trajectories, they've played, continental tournament.
Yeah.
They've played junior World Cups and they've progressed to the senior World Cup. It's one thing that which I've got no doubt Mbogazi will rise to become a big player into the future. The shame about him will be that he doesn't have junior tournaments, even though we are likely to go to the World Cup. So, but I mean, he's in a very, very tricky and unique situation where he's a key player for Orlando Pirates. Yeah. And you have to understand Pirates that they need him for the team, and also the national team coach feels he's the key player for the national team, and he needs him there.
Hugo, I mean, we've grown to love him. The results are also on the table. And here we are now, taking our calculators, the possibilities of us actually going to the World Cup. When he started, there was, big question marks as if, is he the right man for us? And he went on to say, no, I'm building my own team. I'm building a team, and I'm not going to be calling players at a certain age. Yes, he's gone and changed some. He's called a few, like a Shikabala, who is introduced into the squad. And we know, of course, the influence that he has in any team that he's a part of. But I think also the influence, I don't know from your side, where the question also at the beginning was, does he attend enough games? Is he going to watch these teams? And now the question is yes. That's the answer to that question, yes, because I see him almost every game at Orlando Stadium. The man is there. So he is watching football as the national team coach should.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do, and you just need to look at the selection.
Yeah.
There are certain, back in the day, we used to have just Chiefs, Pirates, and Sanders plus the national team. Now, the team is spread around.
Yes.
He generally rewards good form. He rewards players who are doing well, and this is a real national team now. Since he has been at Bafana, you can see from time to time he doesn't have Chiefs players in the squad, which sort of rub people the wrong way. But he always go for players that are performing at the time and that he believes in, and also he has got a set team. You can just imagine, that even the team that is picked right now. Most of the players are the players that he has been with over the last while. He just changes here and there, maybe because of suspensions and injuries and stuff. But the team is settled. You pretty much know who's going to go to AFCON, really. There's not too much of a difference, obviously. Here and there, he drops those who are not in form. And most of the times, he sticks to the guys that he believes in, whether you are playing or you are not playing. A good example in the current team now is Ngosile of Orlando Pirates. The guy has actually played, but he has picked him and he believes in him. When we went to the previous AFCON, there was a serious question mark on Mphahlele, who was injured. I remember when he was in Stellenbosch. Mphahlele was not even training at that time. But he stuck with him. He said, no, I'm taking this man because he will do the job for me. So that's one thing that maybe you need in a coach who can back the players. Because sometimes players are more confident when the coach backs them. You feel sometimes that players are not backed enough by coaches, and that creates a problem. But we all love Coach Hugo. He was relating a story that he was in Mexico all those years ago as a player. and he obviously he's retiring after a World Cup, and he will love to retire at the World Cup. So it will be sort of a full circle moment for him, and also for our players. Most of these players really deserve to play the World Cup. So it's important. I'm scared in the last two matches. When I came back from Bloom, I threw away my calculator to the dustbin. now, now I must go and buy a calculator now because things are a bit tricky. But looking at the permutations of how things are going to unfold this weekend, it's going to be very, very interesting for the national team.
It definitely is. Then let's quickly look into Zimbabwe. That is a team that never needs motivation. Every time they play South Africa, they know what's at stake. As much as, yes, in terms of qualifying for the World Cup, that's not it for them. But there's always bragging rights when you're playing against South Africa. And talk to us about what we can expect. I believe there are also changes within the technical team from Zimbabwe's perspective.
Yeah, this Zimbabwean team is a very, very... Well, most of the players are a little bit aging, but it's still a strong side. Knowledge Musona is there, Kamabiliad is there. They've got a few players who played in South Africa. And I don't think they're coming here to come and donate the points.
We would like them to.
Yeah, well.
We wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I think, yeah, so they are, and also I think the other thing that people are not really paying too much attention to with Zimbabwe, they've qualified for AFCON.
Yeah.
And incidentally, we're in the same group at AFCON also.
Yes.
We're going to meet them again there in Morocco. And, now that they know that they won't be going to the World Cup and there are not going to be too many FIFA weeks leading up to AFCON, this will definitely be part of the coach's plan in terms of preparations for AFCON.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll take this match lightly. They've not done well during these World Cup qualifiers. I think the morale back home from the fans is, the fans are not happy with this team. I'm sure they'll love to sort of wrap up this qualification program with positive result. It's just a pity that they may do that at the expense of us, because if we drop points in these last few matches.
And Mbombela, you're not going to drop points because Mbombela Stadium is always a good hunting ground.
Yeah, besides that, the dancing celebration there that we did, thinking that we've qualified for, but that's another story. So, I think, it's a bit tricky, man. It's
technical changes influencer in Zimbabwe.
In Zimbabwe, I saw a video of a coach beating up a player who turns out to be part of the technical team for this national team.
Yeah.
He has been suspended, and then Kaitana Tembo, who is at Skukune, has been roped in to help the coach in their preparations, and I'll be giving him a shout to see how the boys are doing in camp. If he can give us some of the internal stuff what's happening there, But I think it's gonna be an interesting match. Historically, matches between South Africa and Zimbabwe have always been heated. Sporting-wise, we are big rivals. I remember back in the day, during the 4x4s, when they used to beat us with Peter Ndlovu and all those big players that they used to have. We have never forgiven, we have never forgotten about those things. But over the last while, as Bafana improved, we have sort of in a way dominated them. And I hope we dominate them this time around, because we need the 3 points. We really need the 3 points. We can't go wrong. We can't go wrong on this one.
We definitely do. So now we need goals. That's one thing that's for sure. And Ikram Rain has had to be withdrawn out of the team. Releo Buhile Mufukeng as well. He's out of the team. Now coming in is Mduduzi Shabalala, and of course Ngwana Sesi, evidence
That's Komotome.
What's it called? Mahopadoski.
Yeah, Mahopadoski.
That I like. So talk to us about the inclusion of those players and really, because when you look into what an Iki and Rile can do, we know what they bring, but listening to what coach is expecting as well from him and what he could potentially do for Bafana. So evidence, we know, big games, big player, he will show up.
Yeah, I think on Ikram Rainas, I really, really hope that this is not a serious issue. I'm waiting to see if he's going to play the next match, because there may be a problem there.
Yeah.
Obviously, medical issues are confidential stuff, and it's something that we can't really make light work of it. I hope it's not anything serious. And also, if whatever it is, it has been picked up by the national team, why wasn't it picked up by his club? So I think there's an issue there to discuss going forward. I hope he's not in trouble. I hope he can continue to play, because if he doesn't, then it's a big miss for the national team and also for his club Sundown. So we'll see what happens there over the next few days and weeks and stuff. Him being replaced by Mahopa is not quite a like for like. There are two different types of strikers. Ikram Renas is more of a box player, the guy who finishes chances and that kind of thing. Mahopa is more of a holding nine. He holds the ball and other guys feeds off him, and that kind of stuff. But I think, because most of the times, even if Ikram is there, the coach will normally go with a lone striker, which will be a Lyle Foster, and then I anticipate a situation where Evidence Mahopa will come on as impact. If you look from the last two matches in Bloem, I don't think there'll be too much departure from there, from the squad that he picked. It's good that we'll have Kuliso on the right, Obru on the left, Mbogazi, and whoever he's partnered with there in Central, Debza, and either Obas or Spepolos who's back. And maybe Yaya is back, because
I'm so happy about Yaya as well.
you need the muscle, and he's got the height and he's got everything, and he's been playing well for his club also. I would go
he
with,
scored a brilliant goal.
He's got a goal in him, he's got a shot. He can help you inside the box on dead ball situation. So I would go with Debza and Yaya Central. And also, it's unfortunate that Rele is not there. He didn't play in Bloem, but I guess the coach was just trying to defend him in a way. At that time, he was not in the right space. Apollos on the left. There wouldn't be too many changes. I think we should be able to fill the strongest possible squad. I would love to see Sebelebele more on the right, going at players, because that's his strength. That's what he does. That's what he does very well. Obviously, it will be a new sort of partnership with Kuliso down the right, but I'm sure they'll work on those things at training, and so that there's an understanding that if the other one goes, the other ones come back. That kind of technical dynamic that normally happens in a match. So I'm quite confident. We've got the players. I hope the people turn out. It's also important that we must make these teams that are visiting the field that are away from home, because when we go to these places, you feel that the fans support the teams, and they make it difficult for the opposition. So I'm a bit edgy. I hope nothing goes wrong. I will emphasize again, we need these 3 points. If we don't get these 3 points, it's going to be a problem, because on the other side, if Benin gets the 3 points against Rwanda, we'll really have a serious problem. So it's delicately poised. Nigeria are still in the running. Rwanda are still in the running. Benin is in Benin's hands now. But the good thing is that they will eliminate those ones: Rwanda, Benin, and Nigeria. They must do their thing, and then we just quietly sneak in and finish off the group. I still believe we'll qualify for the World Cup. It's just that we've made a big mess with that 3 points thing. Let's deal with Zimbabwe and then go to Mbombela, the beautiful stadium in the world, and finish the job off there. So I'm confident.
So one thing I'm realizing sitting here, your phone rings a lot. There's been like about 4 phone calls, and I'm just like,
I don't know. Don't they know that I'm switching or something?
When I sit at my desk, I never see this. So who's calling you so much?
Maybe it's people that I owe money.
Oh, it's a scoop, yeah?
Or maybe somebody wants to give me a scoop to say, hey.
We are coming to Moses Mapita, don't worry. But anyway, hopefully, of course, we all show up. We'll definitely be going to Mbombela Stadium. Can't miss that one. And hopefully, of course, the KZN fans also show up in their masses to make sure that they support the boys, because one thing that we all love about the squad is the unity. I mean, we see how joyful everybody is. I mean, you see it through the pictures, even when you're there. You can just see that there's a good brotherhood amongst the boys, which is really nice.
It's very good,
It is.
Yeah, I mean, we were training with them during the on earlier in the week.
I didn't expect you to add to that, but go on.
And you are right. The spirit that exists among the team, and also I think I was happy to see the boy from Polokwane City, in the side, Malabongwe Maketa. I mean, Malabongwe Koza. I'm thinking the Malabongwe, the cricket guy. Malabongwe Koza is also in the team. And he spoke about the importance of Kwasafa and Chen. That the players, they must not look down or treat Kwasafa and Chen with contempt. You have got this thing that players sometimes tend not to respond adequately when they are called for Kwasafa and Chen. Because there's this mentality that is Zamalakia tournament and that kind of thing. And that's not true. I mean, he went to China and he did very well there. Now he's in the national team. If he continues to play the way he's been playing, there's a big chance that he may go to AFCON. If you look at Mvala is not there. Grand Keka has not been picked. You know, so there may be one or two openings in that central defense, which is very important for him. So he's quite good. The other player that I'm happy that is there, Taba Matuludi, he has been consistent. Just that he came off a long injury. He has been consistent over the last few seasons for Polokwane. So good spirit among the Master Chef is joking around with everybody there.
I love Master
and
Chef,
doing his things. And so it's a good camp, and the boys are looking very good.
Tell me, speaking of MasterChef, what do you think is really the key difference? Because as much as, let's forget the talent, right? Because we all know, we've known Sipho, that he's a marvel to watch. We know that he's lethal playing as a 10, but yes, he can also play as an 8. Yes, he can also play as a 6. That's fine. But now this sense of humor that we're getting to see more of him as well. Is it because at club level he's found a club that gets him and they understand each other? The club understands Sipho, they know how to manage him, and he feels understood and seen by that?
Yeah, I think environment plays a huge role. I think Pirates have created a very good environment for him.
Yeah.
The only thing he needs to do, I think, is to be competitive. Because I'm seeing a situation that Pirates developing there with this Masindi Namtanjala. If this boy continues to play the way he's playing, a lot of people are going to sit on the bench. And I like him. Obviously, I've always been an admirer of Sipho Mbuli. I think when he cooks, you know, it's magnifique. You know, but sometimes I also do criticize him for being too elaborative, spending too much time on the ball. Pirates is a quick transitional team where, you know, there's really no time to be dancing and doing that kind of thing. And if you watch Masindi, you know, he masters the basics very well. He can do those things that Sipho does, but he doesn't do them. And you know, he makes a team to move with the pass, you know, doing the right things. And some of the passes that he makes, Sipho does not make, which is where I do have a problem with him. And also to a large extent, even with Patrick Maswanganye. So there's going to be a lot of competition in that creative department at Orlando Pirates. They'll have to push, they'll have to compete, but, you know, maybe that's what he needs, to be pushed a little bit. And if he's playing well for Pirates, you know, it's good for the national team. I think the coach likes him in a way. And there, the national team also, you have got guys like Abu Chabalala, who the coach seems to have a lot of confidence. When we need a creative spark, if they are not starting, they're both on the bench, the coach has got options. Because sometimes you need these types of players, Musipo, who have got skill, who have got vision, who have got eye, who can read the game to give the team spark when things are tough, you know. You know, so he's somebody who really, if he gets going for Pirates, I think we may see a lot of things happening with for Pirates this season. I'm happy that he's in a good spirit. I'm happy. It's a little bit, you know, he can really give us something. We've been waiting for too long. I mean, there was a time at SuperSport where he was on top of his game. At Sundowns, never really quite, you know, hit the top stuff. At Skukune, when he was alone, here and there, he showed glimpses, but never really played well. But I'm happy that Pirates are giving me a platform and a right environment for him to shine again.
While we at Orlando Pirates, I mean, they've had a really, really good few results in the past few games before the international break. And I mean, yes, the start didn't go too well for Wadu, but he seems that he's got a good team now, and they seem to understand. I don't know if they're at slide number 20 now, or they still have to go through the extra slides to get to the many slides that he spoke
Hey.
about at the beginning. But can they sustain the wins looking at Orlando Pirates? Because with Jose Rivero, they had a great start last season, 7 in a row when they started. And then
league,
come the second half of the season, it was quite not there in terms of the consistency and in terms of yes, you dropping points. And that was the key thing with Orlando Pirates the last season, that dropping points with the so-called small teams, and that proves to be a bit difficult for them. So in this season, what are you foreseeing?
Yeah, I think Pirates, they're flying, eh?
Yeah.
But
And
knowing what we know,
Godini is buzzing.
yeah, I think over the last 2-3 seasons,
Yeah.
the atmosphere at Pirates is the best in the country. I look forward to going to Orlando Stadium because they come in numbers and they create a very, very, very intimidating atmosphere there.
Yeah.
There was a match, I think, last season when they beat, I think it was Arrow 7 or something like that. So for this season, a good start. But having a good start is one thing. Being considered is quite another.
Sure.
The one thing that affected Pirates quite badly last season was they banked a lot of matches at the beginning of the season, I think they were trying to navigate around the Champions League. And that came back to bite them. And also the Champions League itself. I don't think they went as far as they had anticipated they'll go in the Champions League. And also they didn't have enough depth. They have depth now.
They do.
I think they've got close to more like 40 players. And most of those players are...
But besides that, influencer, sorry to interject, the depth is quality.
It's quality.
I think that's the most impressive thing. You can have 40 players, but if it's not quality, it's pointless.
Yeah, it's pointless. I mean, if you look at some of the key matches they've won already now, those matches won from the bench, starting from the MTN8 final.
Yeah.
No, that's proper depth. That's very good. I didn't make much of a guy like the boy from Amazulu when he joined. He's at Bafana now as you speak. He's doing very well. He's scoring some crucial goals. Apollos went into that side and he's been playing like he's been playing there for the past few seasons already. Sibilibili, though he's up and down, we need to give him time. He will add a lot of value. Sipombule, on opportunities that he gets, he does very well. The senior players that have been there over the last while also, I think Pirates for me now, they are the on-form team.
Yeah.
They are the strongest team. There's no drama happening behind the scenes as elsewhere. And they've got a good coach. I had a discussion with Edgar Manaka at Marumo Galas recently when I was at Bafana match. And I asked him specifically about this Pirates coach. And he said they must look after him.
Oh.
Because
he can't hurt another arm, hey?
Because he's a guy who play football the right way.
Yes,
he's obsessed with preparation.
Yeah.
He knows how to treat players.
Very important.
The one thing that he keeps on saying is that he doesn't have substitutes. He doesn't call them substitutes. There's a name that he uses to sort of just make sure that the players on the bench are as important as those who are starting.
I call them impact players.
Yeah, so Pirates are looking good. Let's see when they get to the Champions League, if they can be able to sustain what they've been doing now. Because also you have to be honest, most of the players they have there don't have Champions League experience. But we said that last season and then they went all the way to the semi-final. So
look at Pyramids also. Don't go far. Look at Pyramids as well.
I think Pirates are looking good. They are definitely my favorites to win the league this season. Yeah.
All right, big. Okay, we've got 2 minutes, I'm told. So let's see what we can do in 2 minutes. Let's go to Kaizer Chiefs. I was looking at Kaizer Chiefs, and roughly from 2012 until now, they've had about 11 coaches, including the interim coaches who have, of course, been in charge, chopping and changing. You look into the short stints that have been there, your international coaches to your local coaches. So there's been a lot of inconsistency in that regard, and really giving coaches time at Kaizer Chiefs. What's the issue? Is it a coaching issue? Is it a structural issue? Is it a club not having identity?
I think it's culture. It's like in a company where you can have all the resources and everything, and you hire the qualified people and what. But if the culture is bad, maybe let me not use the word bad. If the culture is not right, you are unlikely going to get the good results. I think Chiefs have signed very well, and we have to give credit to the management. They've signed the players, and also with that, when you go big in the market like that, it costs money.
It does.
These players doesn't come cheap. I mean, can you just imagine how much Kanye Somaya has cost them? It must be a lot of money. Some of the players that have got there, I just feel maybe the culture is not quite right. And also, I don't know if we can call him former coach or what, still the Chiefs coach or what. Nabi came there, and he never really got going. I know he won a Nedbank Cup, and there was a big war in the country and that kind of thing. They had a good start. Funny enough, he was not there. And when he came back, things started going down, and there was a drama with the qualifications and what, and he didn't go to the match that they played in the Champions League, the preliminary match. He came back. He's been suspended. Now you have got two co-coaches who are in charge, who are, with respect, a little bit inexperienced to coach a big team like the Chiefs.
Can I ask you about those two quickly? Do you think they've got the dressing room? And I ask this because if you look at Ntwari, who refuses to be subbed.
Yeah, maybe it's a sign of, going back to the cultural issue that I was talking about earlier on. That if the dressing room is united, everybody's pushing in the same direction. You have to understand that if you are a goalkeeper at that time, the sub is being called. You have to go out. It's because of respect for the teammates, it's because of respect for the fans, respect for the coaches and the club itself. So you come across as being arrogant and disrespectful to the coaches if they are subbing you and then you don't want to come out. What if the sub had happened and then this guy saved 3 penalties? Obviously, we'll never know, but I mean, that possibility was there. So you can, in hindsight, say maybe he must have. I know he saved 1, but in penalties, at least saved 2. Because if you save 2, then it can be a different story. So, I just feel you say they've had 11 coaches, they'll have a 12th one very soon. And I've said it here before and I'll say it again. The chairman needs to pick up a phone and call Coach Pitso.
Sure.
At the way things are going now, the only person, in my humble view, who can fix that place is Coach Pitso Mosimane. Coach Pitso Mosimane has got very, very high standards, and he will clean that place. If he goes there now, next season they'll challenge for the league.
How much time do you give them, though? I mean, you say, yes, next season they could potentially challenge for the league. But you look into when he started at Sundowns, there's a point where even Sundowns fans are like, nah, this brew must go.
Yeah, I remember Anthony Lafont at Moripe. Pretty much changed that goal changed everything. If they had lost that match, I don't know what was going to happen. And then he went on to become the most successful coach in Sundowns history. You have to give him time. Coach Pitso would not need months and months and months. You'll fix the place, and also a colleague of mine was saying to me, just from a content perspective, imagine the combination of Chiefs and Coach Pitso. That would be something else. But he's one of the people who I really genuinely feel at the trajectory that they are on now. Yeah. They need a big coach, and Coach Pitso can be that coach.
All right, you're suggesting Coach Pitso for Kaizer Chiefs. Mamelodi Sundowns are also having issues where Sundowns fans are just saying that no, they are ready for Coach Miguel Cardoso to be going to OR Tambo because they have had enough. What's your stake at that? Are you giving a Cardoso more time, or it's also time for a new change?
Yeah, they're at the crossroads. And the thing about Coach Cardoso, he wins good today. Then the next match is critical but stable. Then so it's like the Sundowns fans are not used to this turbulence. They are used to cruise mode.
They have to cruise very nicely.
But the pilot there, it's going like this. This plane will crash at any time. So it's a bit tricky for them also. I was thinking, or I was suspecting that there'll be massive changes now. They had time now with the FIFA window to pull the trigger if they wanted to pull the trigger, but they have not pulled the trigger. I was joking to someone there. The club said, "Hey, where's the statement coming?" You know, but it doesn't look like the statement is coming.
Yeah.
The two problems that Sundowns which I've picked up, also speaking to fans at the stadium. Of course, the team is on top of the log, but Sundowns fans are asking for a better football.
Yeah.
They want this. They want that quality of the type of football
That they play.
to go back to where it was before with Coach Pito and with Coach Ulani, which is not there. Sundowns are not easy on the eye. It's a problem for the fans. There's also the issue of Peter Sharulile. Sundowns fans are, on this one, I don't think they are asking, they are demanding that Peter Sharulile must get more minutes.
Yeah. But it's a fair demand though, because my thing is influencer, like looking at Shasha, besides the goals that he scores, him as a player and the contribution that he has on Mamelodi Sundowns, it's massive.
Yeah, so they are demanding that the man must play ahead of either Tashrikh or Sales, and then let's see how they go.
Who would you put him ahead of?
Yeah, also it's a little bit tricky now because if you check Tashrikh this season, he has made some significant contributions. He's on the assists and he's on the goals. And I see now Sales being played in a different role more as a 10, as a playmaker kind of a role, with Igram as a lone striker. So that's a bit tricky. Then it means you have got to come up with a different system to accommodate Peter Sharulile. Sundowns generally doesn't play with two strikers, that much. Maybe in the second half when they are going for the match, they do that. But so those are the tricky things that the coach will have to navigate around. The other thing is they are complaining about the technical director, Fleming Berg. They say the man must leave. They're not happy with him. They're not happy with... obviously, I mean, the technical director is the one who oversees the playing style and the recruitment and all that kind of stuff. They feel maybe they must look at the continent also in terms of recruiting players. Because at the moment, if you are going with the South Americans and Europeans, you are likely going to be caught on the continent because if we look, and history tells us, most of these, especially the South Americans, they have never really been dominant on the continent. Even back in the day with Nascimento and Castan Sereno and that, they've always been found wanting one way or another on the continent. And look at Pyramids last season. Yeah. Two key players for that team was Blati, he's from Burkina Faso, holding midfielder. The striker, Mphahlele. Mphahlele scored 9 goals in the Champions League, including 1 in the second round or the second leg in the final. That's how you win the Champions League. And I think Sundowns also need to really reconsider their scouting stuff because look more west than North Africa to recruit players because if you really want to go to the Champions League, that's what you need to do. They are attacking at the moment.
So weird hearing you say that, but okay.
They are not convincing.
Yeah.
And if Pirates continue to play the way they are, there's going to be problems, The other teams, Kukune and them, I don't think they really have enough to really be consistent in a sense. So I'm expecting a situation where it will probably be a two-horse race between Pirates and Sundowns for this season.
You know what I find strange with what you've just said in terms of scouting Mamelodi Sundowns, they need to relook that. This is a club that has so much resources. This is a club that we know that they're sending analysts all over the world. So now, here we are, like, looking at a Sundowns and we're thinking, no, there needs to be changes. So the frustration for Mamelodi Sundowns fans makes sense because you can't have so much resources and the basics that you used to get right. Now suddenly you're found wanting.
Yeah, I guess also sometimes you become the victim of your own success. I mean, if you set the bar too high, you have to be there. Other teams, get away with losing 2 matches in a row and then nobody says anything. It's because the bar is not as high. I mean, Manchester City or Liverpool have lost 2 matches now, and then the whole people are saying, hey, it's because of people expect more. And it's not an unrealistic expectation. I mean, if you're an A-grade student and then suddenly you start getting 60s and 50s, the parents are going to say, hey, what's going on?
Is the new boy around? What's happening?
So it's difficult getting to the top. It's even more difficult staying there. And then those are the standards Sundowns have set. It's not a surprise when Sundowns are sitting on top of the log in the league and the fans are still complaining. They want the team to be on top of the log, but get there by playing well, which is what they're used to. And it has always been like that at Sundowns over the years.
You mentioned Sekhukhune. You say they don't have enough. What are you basing that on?
Obviously, they've signed but I just don't think they've got enough experience to be able to sustain a consistent challenge for Sundowns. I don't think so. Look at Stellenbosch now. They're struggling
Okay, when
in
you
the
say
league.
experience, are you referring to like the players who have played for a long time, or in terms of competing for the league?
Collectively as a team. Obviously, and I'm not saying this to disrespect Coach Eric Tingler. I think he's one of the best coaches we have in the country.
Yeah.
Even him himself, I don't think he has won the league before as a coach. So there from the coach also there's no reference. But he has, over a number of years, helped teams that he has coached.
Yeah.
They do have individual players with having been in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
But I just feel, collectively, as a team, I don't think they can consistently compete against Sundowns. They can consistently compete against Pirates. If the way Pirates are now, they are coming. And if Sundowns doesn't fix these Malakias that are happening there now,
Yeah.
it's going to be a big problem, because Pirates, I think, for me, for now, they're the strongest team in the league. They're the consistent team in the league. The team is well resourced.
Yeah.
The team has got enough depth.
Yeah.
The team has got a coach who there's not too much noise around him. He's doing the business, and Sekhukhune, Stellenbosch, and the other teams. Those ones, I think we can fairly say they'll compete for Confederations Cup, third, fourth, and that kind of stuff, and maybe a cup here and there.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Yeah. But for the league, I'm looking at Pirates and Sundowns. I think one of these two teams will be the champions this season.
All right. Well, that's how we'll wrap it up. And you perhaps also indulge us. Let us know who you think will be running for the league this season. Is it Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates? Or can Sekhukhune pull off a Leicester this season? Who knows? Anything is possible. It's football, right? But that's where we'll wrap it up. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Goodbye.
Click, click, bang.
Why? There's no need for that. No need.